Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. The very first piece of, I'd say, ultralight gear that I purchased was the 750 milliliter pot from Toaks. In fact, I ordered it on December 27th, 2014. That pot served me very well for many adventures, really until I kind of expanded my YouTube channel and I started going crazy with all this different gear, reviewing it for you guys and looking at things. But that one pot, it was great for about a year and a half. Now, the one thing I would have complained about, and still maybe complain about, is that it's pretty small. You don't get a lot of volume in there. Recently, I picked up another cook kit from Toaks with a little more functionality and definitely more volume. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you guys what it's all about. Thanks for watching. So this is the titanium 1100 milliliter pot with pan from Toaks. Pull it out of its little case here. In case you're wondering, a while back I bought some gear from another YouTuber. That's Mark at Spaguyver Backpacking. It's on an awesome channel, so make sure you check him out. He was selling some stuff for a really good price, and I went ahead and just jumped on it because my son is starting to do more backpacking with scouts, and this was kind of a nice kit for him. So I picked it up. Inside of there was this kit. Dimensions of the pot, which is underneath. We'll go ahead and pull this apart. You'll see the stove, and we'll look at that here in a second. The dimensions of the pot are 4.5 by 4 3/8, and the dimensions of the pan here are 4 3/8 by 1 inch. Total weight is 5.6 ounces. 5.6 ounces for both of these pieces of gear. That's pretty awesome. The capacity, of course, is 1100 milliliters or 37.2 ounces on the pot. The pan's capacity is 9 ounces or about 265 milliliters. It's made out of titanium. It's made in China. Price is $49. I don't really know what I paid for it because it was all bundled together, but 49 bucks is a pretty good deal for this kit. Inside of just this, you can easily fit the 750 milliliter pot from Toaks, which inside of that, you can fit the 450 milliliter mug inside of. It's kind of like those little Russian dolls, you know, you just keep throwing titanium pots in there. But today, we're going to show you that it can, as we saw earlier, fit perfectly the larger version of the Toaks Ultralight Titanium Wood Stove. So let's take a look at that. Go ahead and pull it out. It's much dirtier than the other. So this is the titanium backpacking wood burning stove from Toaks. This is the larger version. There's a large and a small. We did a review on that small. I'll leave a link down below. This one's just a little bit bigger, and it does make quite a bit difference. The dimensions stowed like this are 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. Assembled, which we'll do very easily. Pull out these parts, flip that underneath, let this fall through, and just like that, you've got yourself a wood stove. Dimensions like this are 4 1/8 by 8 inches. Weight is 7.9 ounces. Material is titanium, made in China. Cost is $59.95. It is a gasifier stove. You can see, if we flip it over, you'll see that there's room between the burn chamber and the wall of the stove. Whenever I made the video on the smaller stove, I was in an error and said it wasn't a gasifier stove, and I was wrong. And you guys pointed that out to me. As I said, it nests inside of the 1100 milliliter pot. It also will nest inside of the 1600 milliliter pot from Toaks. You can also nest your 450 milliliter mug inside of here, which is really nice. If you take it apart, you pop it back like this, you can fit a mug in there with no problem, and that really adds to the functionality of the cook kit. It also has, put it back up here, has these little grippers here for the top. Just pop it on, and it gives you a little bit of ability to use a much smaller pot. If it's not the full diameter here, you can use a smaller pot on top. Let's get a fire going. We'll make a little bit of coffee, even though it's hot. Maybe we'll, make some oatmeal or something. So is there really much difference between the old 750 milliliter pot that I used for many years and we've seen many times here on the channel and this larger version? Well, the answer is yes, and we'll talk individually amongst the differences between the smaller pot that we had in the 750 and the smaller wood stove that we reviewed in the past. The larger pot not only gives you more volume, but also has a top that doubles as a frying pan. Don't get me wrong, it's a very small frying pan, but it is another vessel that you can use to cook in. The larger volume also allows for more storage of kit inside of it, and let's face it, for me, for 2 ounces more, it's worth it. As far as the wood stove goes, the older wood stove or the smaller wood stove that I reviewed, I liked it. Don't get me wrong, it was very nice. The only issue I had was that it was so small and you had to continue to add wood almost constantly to keep it going. Now, I'm not saying there's a dramatic difference between that stove and this stove, but there is a difference and it works extremely well. You don't have to feed it as much, and I definitely like it more than the smaller version. And quite frankly, the fact that it's big enough to fit a mug inside of the stove is a big deal for me. If you follow the channel and you've seen a lot of my cook kits, you know that I like to have a cook pot and a separate mug because I gotta have my coffee. After all, when you're putting together a cook kit, what matters most is flexibility. And I think adding a larger volume, more storage space, and the lid that you can cook in, it's pretty hard to beat. If you throw this kit in your pack, maybe include the ever-new titanium alcohol burner or the Soto Amicus, you got yourself an ultralight multi-fuel capable cook kit for the backcountry that's hard to beat. If you're looking at either of these products and you're wondering whether you should buy it, all I can tell you is that like really all the other Toaks products that I've purchased in the past, the quality is excellent and I've had no issues with any products breaking down. In the end, they're well made and in my opinion, worth the money. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but I have an entire playlist on stoves, and I'm going to go ahead and include this video in that playlist because we did kind of look at the larger wood stove. Lots and lots of stoves on there, not just wood stoves, but alcohol stoves, gas stoves, solid fuel stoves, all kinds of stuff. Do me a favor, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up down below. It really helps my channel, helps spread things across YouTube. If you're not subscribed, stop right now, hit that subscription button, and if you want to make sure you don't miss any videos, hit the notification bell and you will be the first to know. It is hot outside, really enjoying a little bit of heat, but I'm ready for the heat to go away so that I can get outside more. I spend a lot of time indoors in June, July, and August, and we've really had a pretty mild summer so far, but it's hit pretty hard. They say we have a cold front coming in next week. Should be a high of about 90. As always, guys, appreciate you checking out the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Stay tuned for more videos soon.